commitment. Quite a few countries actually have very disparate sort of scores, so they do really well on hunger reduction, but really poorly on nutrition commitment. India, for instance, is quite bad on nutrition commitment, but reasonably all right sort of on hunger reduction commitment. This picture sort of shows you sort of just using a little color scheme, just compare the countries. Sort of the top one is hunger reduction commitment, the bottom one here is about nutrition commitment. So we see quite different patterns, and also the primary research that we are conducting in countries sort of is giving us sort of suggestions sort of that actually there might be something quite different here going on. So being committed to do something about hunger is might be quite different from being committed to do something about nutrition. We also find sort of that actually sort of low wealth should not necessarily be an impediment to be committed to do something about sort of the problem at hand. So in this table we just clubbed countries together in 4 groups, using an equal distribution of border points in each of the color groups. And you see that actually some of the, and over here you see sort of the GNI per capita that the countries have at the top end. So you see some countries actually which have really low GNIs that are sort of in the group of high commitment. But also similarly you have countries with much better GNI who are in that group. But for me, sort of the key point here is about that sort of, you actually see that sort of wealth is not sort of an impediment for good commitment. So it's not you cannot argue, let's just wait for us sort of to get richer first and then we only will act on sort of, we already see empirical examples where this is not the case, which is great. We also looked sort of at sort of what happens sort of in terms of growth sort of trends sort of, and similarly sort of decelerating growth actually in the 2000s compared to the 1990s sort of, again sort of didn't seem to make a major, seem to be an impediment for commitment.